Hit that subscribe button now and stay informed. Trump's approval ratings take a hit. What's happening? Trump's approval rating has dropped to just 46%, with 48% expressing disapproval of his job performance. Recent polling from The Economist reveals a sharp decline in Trump's approval ratings, a shift that could have serious consequences for his re-election campaign. The numbers speak volumes. From 50% approval among younger voters, now only 39% express support, with 57% actively disapproving of his leadership. But why is this happening? What has caused this shift in public sentiment? Young voters who once saw Trump as a leader promising economic growth, job opportunities, and affordable health care are now feeling disillusioned. Their concerns are growing, and many feel that his administration is no longer delivering on its promises. This is particularly evident in discussions about job creation, healthcare, and economic stability, where many feel let down. Diplomatic failures and growing global isolation. Title: Trump's inaction has led to growing isolation for the United States as he fails to engage with Europe and international allies. One of the key aspects affecting Trump's approval ratings is his handling of foreign policy. Despite previous claims that he could swiftly end the Ukraine conflict, his approach has failed to deliver any meaningful resolutions. This lack of engagement has had far-reaching consequences. The United States is losing its influence on the global stage, with Russia and China stepping into power vacuums left by American inaction. European allies have expressed concerns over the lack of clear leadership from Washington. Many diplomatic negotiations have excluded the United States, weakening its credibility and global standing. In a world where alliances are crucial, the perception that America is retreating from leadership is damaging. This, in turn, affects voter confidence. Americans want a president who can project strength, not one who isolates the country further. The United States economy is struggling. What went wrong? Trump promised to lower gas prices and create jobs, yet prices continue to rise under his watch. The economic strain is another significant factor weighing down Trump's approval ratings. His administration initially promised economic relief, but instead, Americans are experiencing rising gas prices. Costs at the pump remain alarmingly high, affecting everyday Americans. Soaring food and housing cost inflation continues to make basic necessities unaffordable. Cuts to social services key programs that support veterans and low-income families have been significantly reduced. These factors contribute to an increasing sense of economic hardship, making it harder for families to survive and thrive. Many voters now feel that Trump is prioritizing his brand over the needs of the people, a perception that is deeply affecting his support base. The impact of tariffs and trade wars on the U.S. economy. The U.S. economy has taken a sharp dive, with essential goods becoming significantly more expensive due to tariffs. One of Trump's most controversial economic policies has been his approach to tariffs, particularly on imports from China. While the intent was to protect American businesses, the actual effect has been a 15% rise in consumer prices, making everyday goods more expensive. Higher production costs for businesses, forcing companies to increase prices to compensate. Drastic spikes in essential goods, such as eggs reaching $14 per dozen in some areas. This economic instability has led to skepticism among voters. Instead of bringing relief, tariffs have made it more expensive to live, further damaging public perception of Trump's leadership. Voter disillusionment and changing political allegiances. Many voters are beginning to feel disillusioned with the promises Donald Trump made during his campaign. Discontent is spreading among previously loyal voters, especially among those who supported Trump in hopes of economic improvement. Key factors driving disillusionment include lack of job creation. Many blue-collar workers who expected industrial revival now face layoffs and economic uncertainty. Broken campaign promises. From healthcare reforms to tax relief, many pledges remain unfulfilled. Rising inflation. Families struggling to afford basic necessities feel betrayed by policies that have worsened their economic situations. Polling data suggests that Trump's approval on economic matters is slipping, with many Americans questioning whether he truly has a plan to fix these issues. As economic conditions worsen, Trump's chaotic leadership style is becoming more apparent to the public. The biggest challenge Trump faces isn't just economic downturns, it's the perception of unstable leadership. His unpredictable style, frequent policy reversals, and unfulfilled promises are leading more voters to doubt his ability to govern effectively. Loyal supporters are rethinking their stance, wondering if Trump is truly capable of delivering long-term solutions, especially as inflation, international tensions, and trade wars continue to escalate. With approval ratings plummeting, Trump faces an uphill battle to win back public trust. His next moves will determine whether he can stabilize voter confidence or if this decline will continue. But the bigger question remains: will American voters give him another chance, or are they ready to look elsewhere for leadership? What do you think? Has Trump's economic strategy helped or hurt the average American? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before we dive into the second phase, make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates, expert political analyses, and real-time reports on the issues that matter most. To stay informed and stay ahead, hit that subscribe button now and share your comments below. Trump's influence over the Republican base was once ironclad, but cracks are beginning to show. As his approval ratings decline, an increasing number of Republican lawmakers and political analysts question whether he remains the best candidate. Key Republican figures have begun distancing themselves from Trump's policies, signaling a shift in party priorities. GOP donors are exploring alternative candidates, worried that Trump's growing unpopularity could cost them the presidency. The rise of challengers within the party suggests that Trump's dominance is being tested more than ever before. While Trump still holds strong support among his core base, his grip on the party is no longer absolute. With Republicans looking to retain power, some are beginning to see his declining approval as a liability rather than an asset. Media coverage of Trump's policies, rhetoric, and actions has played a significant role in shaping public perception. The recent drop in approval ratings reflects the growing dissatisfaction portrayed across multiple media platforms, both left and right-leaning. Conservative news outlets have begun highlighting the economic hardships that voters are facing, moving away from their usual unwavering support. Liberal and independent media sources continue to scrutinize Trump's economic policies, pointing out their inefficiencies and long-term consequences. Social media platforms have become a battleground of public discourse, with voters actively debating Trump's leadership. As narratives shift, the challenge for Trump will be to regain control over public perception and reinforce confidence in his leadership. While Trump's approval rating continues to drop, former President Joe Biden's standing in the polls is also facing challenges. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Trump's declining approval ratings? Or is his influence waning? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates, expert analyses, and deep political insights. Stay ahead of the news and join the discussion. Hit that subscribe button now.